Howdy doodly neighborinos, this is some guy reporting to you live from the internet! So we've hit a momentous occasion at this point, at least in my journey. I have recorded 100 songs in a series where I'm recording a song a day for the year. And so because we've hit this milestone, I wanted to put out a video where we spoke about, or I spoke to you, about my favorite songs within the series. More so, not to because I'm sitting here trying to toot my own horn, but I want you guys to be able to have a little more of an idea of which songs you should be listening to, because I know it's not easy to listen to 100 songs. So just as an offering for that, but also I am happy to explore some of these ideas, and I do, just as a fan of hip-hop, enjoy being able to hear these ideas being executed. So without further ado, let's go through the top 10 list. At number 10, I did Day 23.
Like I can see it already, lost in the trees with the Yeti. Gotta ask Jesus if I'm petty. God is a fetus, but he doesn't know it's the season for shedding. I didn't go seeking your belly. Mine and my means is so fancy. Pile of my dreams is a pilot a scene out a weekend at Sevy's. Finding the Fiat you're hungry. Why do you mind if I try to define that the high on your drive is a climb to derive of the sign of times is divided by pride as the private collides in a sea that is empty, just for the gentry. How do you...
Day 23 was insane. It was the first song where I did a fast cadence, and one of the songs where I have the fastest cadences that I've done thus far. And I just was really feeling it. I was listening to Slim Thug's Like a Boss instrumental, and I was like, yeah, I want to rap like this. And then after writing it and after knowing in my head how I wanted to do it, I tried to do it, and after like 7 hours, and that's not an exaggeration, 7 hours of drilling that verse over and over and over again, I still didn't have a perfect verse. And what I uploaded, if you listen to it, you'll hear there's a mistake in it, a couple mistakes. And but I like this one because it broke me, and it's important to be broken. I thought I was going to be able to do a lot better than that. And when you sit there and you're in this grueling session, 7 hours trying to get it right over and over and over and over again, it does something to you, and it challenges you. It poses you the question, is it worth it? And for me, I think it was a pivotal moment to reinvigorate me and fortify my will to do this series. Because I said, no, I'm not giving up on this. I'm just going to keep going. And it fed into the stubbornness of it, and it made me realize how important it is for me to do this series the way I want to do this series. So it was a very meaningful moment. I like the song. I think that it's charming, not perfectly done, but I really enjoy it, and that's why I put that at number 10. At number 9 is Day 42.
Chapter 42. As I was forced out of the transporter to face the Akun overlords, I struggled against their goons. Could have sworn I felt a phantom pain in the arm that was removed while I was dragged to the center of their room. My universal translator was on the fritz from being hit in the battle on Kanar, where I helped the rebel Kyung Sin forces while protecting their elders from Federation capture. So when they dropped me in front of the council, I had to strain to follow the words which were flickering back and forth. Outlander, you will give the location of every...
That is my sci-fi, and I was being cute by making it 42. My sci-fi contribution, it starts out Chapter 42, which is, it's meant to just be me writing a song that is a story, a fantasy story or a sci-fi story. And it's something that I would like to do in the future, is create music that is a full story from track 1 to track 28 or 42. And it just was a sample. It was like, what would it look like if I had created a song that was a storytelling song that was a science fiction and we were at a pivotal climactic moment? What would that look like? And I really enjoyed it, and because it's something that I want to do more in the future, because I think we can expand the excitement within hip-hop to do more fantastical things, it's something that appeals to me, especially as far as what I want to do in my future. So I definitely had to include that one. At number 8, I included Day 99.
gun in my hand looked small like a toy. I pointed it at the man in the mirror to destroy my last connection before I leap into the void. The devil came for a showdown. His eyes strike fear in my spine, but I've made my choice. It's time to feed the monsters pieces of my insides while the moon and sun collide and break the sky in half. I rip the cosmos out of its embryo to reverse a baby's laugh. Hang your cult leaders from the bleachers and tell the children to stay in class.
Day 99, you know, it was just yesterday or the day before yesterday. So maybe it's recency bias, but I love that song. I really enjoy it. And the idea behind that one, I go into certain modes where I try to consider where should my thinking process be centered around. And that one was try to be entertaining. The last week it's been thinking more about being entertaining. Not necessarily just to pander to the audience, but also just to understand what it's like hearing music and what is going to be resonant within listening to music if you're removed from the context of what you're listening to. And so that's a big thing for me, is trying to be able to, no matter what, create something that's enriching. And so I'm leaning into more of the maximization of enrichment. And for a long time, I was just thinking of like technical stuff, like, oh, is this wordplay, punchlines, cadence, blah, 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 blah. And I also was thinking in terms of, I want this to be personal. This is my personal journal. But along it, I think I became more in touch with, what is this like if this was just found on a desert beach and somebody were to listen to it? How much of it is going to be able to translate well to their experience? And I think that having songs that are able to do that is meaningful, and I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying being able to see my journey of leaning more into the entertaining aspects of it while still being myself. So that's why I put that one there. At number 7, I picked Day 76.
No rest for the honest man, you're catching on to how to keep it tucked away to be unbothered. The way kept behind lock, it's the savings of psychotic. But I'm afraid what I don't say will never break the saga. I'd rather place my graze on it, say your honor. I always maintain the cage, it's my mind's eye, so sayonara. You just
Day 76 is a really cool song to me because at a certain point I started to lean more into cadences. I started focusing more on listening to the song, absorbing the energy of the instrumental, focusing really hard on the energy of the instrumental, and trying to find flow patterns that matched well with it, trying to see whether or not singing made sense with it, and trying to just really represent the spirit of the beat in what I was doing, as opposed to me having ideas and then trying to find a beat that would complement the ideas. I found the beat and then tried to complement the beat. And doing that, I think, was very valuable because I feel like it made a more compatible overall experience. And just the singing aspect of it, it's mellow, it's cool, I'm getting my feelings out, the flows are good. I just really like this song. At number 6, we have Day 87.
I love people so much, catch me staring at families in some passing parking lot, about to tear up as they play with their kids loading the truck. I love people so much, catch me hunting for interaction on the web where I look for just one person who shares a connection. I love people so much, catch me overthinking all engagements, care about gas station attendance, consume music with cheap messages.
So the thing I like about Day 87 is that it is a very simple concept, and that simple concept is able to hit much harder because it's a simple concept. In this series, I generally want to be able to explore hip-hop prowess. So it's counterintuitive for me to go too simple because I want to show off that I'm rapping. But when a song comes across that is just so, to me, perfect capturing of a theme, of an idea, I just have to go after it. It was the same thing with Plugged In, and this song was the same, where just the idea of the refrain, I love people so much, and just painting this picture of this guy who's like kind of lonely, and is just really enjoys people. It felt super relatable and a lovely thing, and the simplicity of it, while I want to be a rappity rap kind of guy, I couldn't deny that it was something that was really enjoyable. But I do think a lot of the credit goes to the producers that I find online. I haven't produced any of these songs, so these people that they make really good beats, and that's why I try to credit all of them at this point, because they're doing the heavy lifting of making the song enjoyable. And with this song especially, I just added minimal dressing, but I think it was a very good dressing, and I think it made it one of my more potent songs. Anytime that you can get close to a pop song, I think you're onto something, if it's good, to being something that's very potent and will stick in the minds of people. So I really like this song. At number 5, we have Day 74.
Your pain is my pain, with naught to gain but public shame. We are the same.
Hold my feet, I'm reaching for the deep end, I better catch it with my teeth. Split my head to reveal etchings of alien languages you needn't speak. The exact impressions, exact resonance on your reasoning. Keep exact coordinates intact for me. We're going home. Pull you from the hypnosis of prisms with a purgatorial grift encoded in dial tone. Feel this life in your chest, it's time to rise to the test. Know they want you silent at best, speak fire into flesh. Every single symbol set precisely until its image is a reflection of your soul, which is different from the rest.
Plebes beefing over piping hot memes, got dweebs screaming while the internet machine screeches. And this modern day technology is all the to do. We got hate streaming on a platform near you. While
me and Mark ended up making a song together. Mark is a childhood friend, and a very talented artist. And I was on the phone with him, and I was like, because I extend to everyone, and in this video I'm extending to you, make a song with me. You should be making a song with me. Doesn't matter you're, a 70-year-old woman, I don't care. Make a song with me. You should be making songs with me. Rap with me. Please rap with me. Please rap with me. Please rap with me. But most of the time, I put that out to people. Most of the time they don't jump at it. But I said it to him, and he's a musician, and he takes the craft of making music very seriously. So he was like, well, what do you got? And then I threw on a beat, and he was like, oh yeah, I'll get you back. And so the moment that he said that, I was like, uh-oh, I gotta make sure that I match his, because he's a really good artist. So I was like, I gotta make sure that what I put out matches his quality. So I think being in that space, it's not competition. It's like knowing that you can't be the weak link in a song. It's almost like duty. It's like it was dutiful that I was like, I got to make sure this is good. And so it just kind of tapped me into a space where even before I was focusing heavily on trying to make a verse entertaining, it was dramatic. It was very visual oriented, which is entertaining. It's very thoughtful. And I really enjoyed where that verse went, and Mark's part was perfect. He killed that. His pockets when he was rapping too, and the multis that he was doing, it was awesome. I just love that song, and so that's why I have that there. At number 4, we have Day 83.
I see you love the gangsta bangers. Well, let me get it for you. Don't hang up. Catch me bucket shots at the stock exchange. Blow out the brains of every Wall Street trader. Don't ask if I'm short on patience. Pistol whip Larry Fink. You got Black Rock, baby. I got Onyx. Leave you slammed through a table. Now we can be neighbors. Spray these judges with a clip. And your husband invested in private prisons, bitch. Victim.
And I love this song. It is a great song. It's kind of cheating because it was an idea that I had years before where I was like, what if I made a gangster rap song like everybody else's gangster rap song, wink wink, but I made it where the ops that I'm riding on are the people in the highest power positions in our society, because they're my enemies, my ops. What would that look like? And it's a commentary on the idea that, okay, it's okay if people are killing people in their own neighborhood and they're poor, And literally people will make songs and that's all the type of music that they're making. And you have industry members like, this is great. We're going to capitalize on this. Let's encourage people to make music like this. So they are encouraging you to make music like this. And it's like, oh, well, if it's okay and we should be encouraged to make music like this, why don't I just kill all of the most powerful people in the world on my music if it's cool? Because you're saying that it's cool, it's just entertainment. And by the way, it is just entertainment, right? So I won't get in trouble for it, I think. Good luck trying to get money from me. But in either case, I just really enjoy the song. I wanted to make sure it was a perfect take, so I went really hard on the on my cadence and like the delivery, and so it was a fun song. And I like that I was able to get that commentary through and have a really exciting song and be able to put all those pieces together. So at number 3, we have Day 80.
The boy would never spend a day away from the field where he and his dog and the neighborhood kids would steal all the pulp from the sunlight, dirt from his face to his heels as he entered the house for the evening meal. Glowing from adventure, his mother sent him to the shower before he could finish his sentence. The dining room was spotless, a profound quiet beyond the utensils scraping against their plates. Her perfectly shaped hair, she complained about the dirt she had to clean up after he came inside. She asked, why couldn't you behave like a good boy and focus on your studies today? Sent to bed, he looked at the walls that were so clean they nearly created a reflection to see the neatly organized room she made him maintain. All the superheroes he drew on his walls washed away. His dog kept out of these rooms. That mutt would make too much a mess of things.
I love this song because it is very deeply symbolic. It was inspired by another person's song who is one of my favorite rappers, the Chicago artist Quell. He did the song Gin River. That song is amazing. And I only had one day to write this song. Each one of these songs, I'm spending one day writing it. So I think my song is not as good as his, but I think it was pretty cool. And but it was inspired from him because he was doing a very deeply symbolic song across the entirety of it. And I said, that would be interesting if I tried to include that, but I need to have my own unique symbolism within that if I'm going to do it. And I found something that I felt was very on brand to me. And the journey is heartfelt, and I think it's a very good visually storytelling, immersive thing. And the message, while maybe being a little heavy-handed, is appealing, and it's interesting to experience. And so I like that one a lot. At number 2, I would pick Day 81.
God damn it, rap, I love this shit, it's like the best pussy I ever had. Feeling my whole soul release speaking on this track. First met you so little that it was PG rap, Fresh Prince and Shaq. Back then my brother's headphones on my little head, sneaking listens to Tupac, Bone and Eminem. I was obsessed, I was obsessive. Same with TV and video games that came and went, can't second guess this. I kept digging, I'd sit and check SOHH and all the forums where they debate who's the nicest, staying up late. There were times you felt like my only friend, by myself bumping Rakim. See myself in them, seeing myself is great. On some nerd picked on each day at first.
Day 81 is a tribute to hip-hop. In it, I'm from the beginning talking about how much I love hip-hop, and I describe a little bit how there were times where I didn't have that many friends, and it felt like my only friend. And it was an important song for me. It was very emotional because hip-hop to me is such a central part of my identity. It is what I think in many ways makes me as confident as I am, and it makes me be willing to be unique, willing to seek after the truth as heavily as I do. And it just has had such a huge impact on me that it was important to me to be able to make a song like this. I know it would make more sense to do a song like this during like this is the hip-hop anniversary or something like that, but I feel like if something's on your heart, don't fight against it. And as soon as I heard the beat, this was what started coming to mind, and I said this is the right thing to do. So that's why I went for it, and I think it was the right decision to make. So I like that song, and that's why it's at number 2. Now before we get to number 1, I wanted to go through and just play few seconds of a bunch of the honorable mentions that I would have. I'm not going to talk about them, but I want to encourage you to be able to hear some of these songs, because there's a lot more songs than just 10 in the series that I think are really great. And but we just didn't have time to talk about all of them. But if you hear one of these songs and you like the little snippet of it, then I highly encourage you to check it out, because they're great songs.
If you don't start shaking your ass to this, I'll blow up half of Manhattan and slap your dad with a catcher's mitt. I'm actually related to Kodak Black. Can't you see the uncanny resemblance? A strange awakening, I feel it in my veins. The key to being found is being lost enough to even see the change. An even exchange without a weightless feet in the flames. A crash dummy with a smile drawn on his face tells you the secret to life before slamming on the brakes, and that's okay. Wait, we never learned, would rather flash our pride as some escape. Before I let my pride dictate the cityscape, I'd say every unflattering thing I could possibly say in this cool setting. Like I swallowed 12 dicks today before getting police on the line to snitch on all my neighbors. What am I forgetting? For noise complaints, it was couples watching videos of their wedding. See, that was easy. I don't care if you believe me. I care more that you and me can readily go outside freely without worrying that the monsters inside us start feeding. You have godhood in you. You have childhood in you. I'm not fucking with your lyrics, but hidden in those, I can see your brilliance. See, fame won't come to an idiot, you had to formulate a different vision. But what you speak is a cheap addition. You think your voice was meant to say you're gripping a pistol, gonna kill anybody who gets in your way. Got all that godhood in you, yet your best inscription is how you'd kill a man in your same position. How you're nothing more than a product of the system. Quiet on set, we groom kids that follow steps. Lad, you're all that gets guys like us all in your heads, tricking you to value prisons. Now we both have records with conviction. Sam is smitten. Say, uncle, why pin us to clinching? Armbars to match pedigrees if you lock wrists upon submission, huh? Tapped it, fasten your seat down. You see how these dreams get fatigued, where to breathe now. The kid in me seeming senile, free to lose each of you, Siamese style, let it bleed out. Such a sketch left 1,000 questions, disconnected with countless confessions. Ounce of memory, pound to forget my proudest segments. I'm not even what I am, more a suggestion, a ghost of moments trying to hold up lenses to identify as passing semblance. Instead of bare bones, my affair with scarecrows made me antithetical to sharehold. Villages burn for insurance, but could you spare home? Tell me nowhere, man, with your smartphone, do you bake bread or carve stone? Where is your civilization? How much does a video weigh, and if you plan it, how does it taste? Why did Rome fall? Were they just late on that month's payment? Couldn't they have applied for an extension so they could generate more wealth and speculation from cryptocurrency that never moves from its station? It's all so simple. If you clone a king, he will act different. Which river did you swim in where the water remained in its exact position? There's a big difference between deriving and derivative. Consider this my note in a bottle thrown to the ocean, getting lost among the collective consciousness, bobbing till it hits the side of Shangri-La, and the fox and goat spirits weave a bridge to wander into their midst. You can still see their wisps and the constellation glistening with such intent. As I send another bid to stick my tongue on the moon to inherit its language, standing on tiptoes at the window stretching my hands, this wasn't offered in the pamphlet. This is some more patterns that pass up the old abracadabra. You want hat or a rabbit? Listen, some souls shattered to plasma, whole platter of passion thrown back to the attic. Yeah, kick off some riddles like pebbles that skippin'. Give y'all a big ball, the shit eats your spinach. Hee-haw, I feed off a free fall from pins and needles, a lethal inception to physics. Hey, find me lost in my dreams, a dying off, but it seems you signed off on the lease. Break. Goodness gracious, I heard God doesn't like spaceships. Can you monitor the panopticon we're placed in? So what's the power of your patience? A path of flowers in the matrix found in the basement. Made an unbroken trust sturdy enough to hold the mountains in place. I drive the dust to configurations tracing unspoken lusts. Well, the waters glisten at night from the moon dancing a wistful goodbye. In its last hours the trees whisper I'd like to reach stars sitting high, each caught with a vibe. Sway side to side, breeze by, leaves might float in the sky. This ocean of time so drift on the mist, covering every kiss the abyss can give to our kind, eclipsing your mind. Hey, we're already the mirror in private. Why not let them scalpel traits until you're Simon? Simon says the game of mind flaying is best left to those who afford you agency that can find the beauty in your lens without making it bend. Cause what we're subjected to makes us subjects in the end.
All right, at number 1 we have Day 70.
Find peace in these pieces of me. Try speaking till the speech is complete. ID, all ideas that leave. Nice features to feed. Wide reasons to reach. My demons that deem. It's time to fill the hole with plaster, I need a cleansing. I'll be home after I've navigated this madness. After I've bled this stone to a crack and left nothing to ask of, whether I dug up the last of every feeling I've scattered. Every hope and dream I can imagine from this polyester mattress. Let me pick at these scabs till I see why it even mattered. Let me lose myself in this practice. Die off a million times and come back a different actor. Let it run its course till the chorus runs backwards and the first shall be last with a capture of shutter cameras.
This is an interesting song for me because at the time of writing it, or before writing it, I was very emotional. And I heard the beat, and it was as if I was delivered the messages that I needed to hear to be able to more properly cleanse and heal from the frustrations that I was having in that moment, from the emotions I was having in that moment. So it was literally a song that I felt like it was creating a healing environment for me, and it's just a beautiful song, and I think it encapsulates the energy that I have generally about what I'm doing here, and I think it's a perfect song for being able to epitomize what the journey is. And so I really like this song. I also really like the fact that it has a catchy chorus in it. It was originally it was just going to be I was singing in the beginning and then I started going into rapping, but I just really wanted to repeat that part, so it became a chorus. But I think that it's a really charming chorus, and the ideas in it are heartfelt, and it helped me, and that kind of put me in the zone of understanding how useful all of this can be. So anyway, I hope you appreciated my top 10 here, and I hope you end up appreciating the next 266 days that I do, and I just am grateful for you guys, and any of you that end up coming to this channel and experiencing my music and enjoying it, welcome. You're a member of my community, and any moment that you want to speak to me or anything close to that, please reach out, and I just appreciate it so much. And yeah, it's been great, and I look forward to the next 266 days.